Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors. We're bringing another winning podcast this evening. Tonight we have Mr. Jason Burroughs. Jason just won the Santee Cooper BFL South Carolina Division event with Major League Fishing on Santee Cooper. So we're very, very excited to have Jason in this evening. This is his fourth win fishing BFLs, but his first win on Santee Cooper. He had over 30 pounds in the tournament. So very, very excited to talk to him this evening. We'll bring him in just a minute. Before we get started, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified when all of our content is launching. We have a full range of podcasts coming very, very soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And then if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company for all outdoor enthusiasts. Check out our website, www.revitaloutdoors.com. Also, if you're interested in pro staff opportunities, check out the pro staff tab, fill out that form. We'll be happy to review it. So all the housekeeping stuff taken care of. Let's go ahead and bring him in, Mr. Jason Burroughs. How you doing this evening, bud? Congratulations on your win.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
For sure. Well, man, let's just get right into it. So first win on Santee Cooper, a lot of experience on Santee. Tell us just what went down this past weekend.
It was really a pretty incredible day. I really don't have hardly any experience on Santee. I've been down there probably been 10 years since I was down there, and
Oh,
I
really?
decided
Okay.
to follow. Yeah, I decided to follow the South Carolina division just because it was going to Pickwick, and I really wanted to go to the regional. And the first tournament kicked off on Hartwell, so I fished Hartwell and then on to Santee. And I went down there, and I did put in 2 long days, Thursday and Friday, and I had found some areas that had a bunch of the 3 3/4 to 4 1/4 pound fish there, but from what everybody says, those are males down there. At home, they're pretty good ones, but on Santee, they were males, and I chose to fish an area that I had found on Thursday. And when I got there, there were some big females had got there.
Okay. So were you up kind of in the shallow areas? Were you relating to any of the cypress trees? Talk to us about what made that area so special and why there were so many beds there.
I actually there wasn't any trees there that I fished. I was fishing just isolated clumps of grass that the fish were stopping on their way in. They hadn't actually made it on the bed yet. They were just pulling in and staged up, getting ready to go on the bed. So um, they had stopped on the isolated clumps of grass leading into a big spawning area.
Okay. So, um, how did you figure out in practice that this could be an area? I mean, did you know in practice that that could be the winning fish, or did you just go to an area in the first tournament you felt like you'd get some bites and it just turned into the mega bag day that you had?
No, I really didn't. I really expected to. And again, I hadn't been to Santee in 10 years, so thought I was going to catch a 19 or 20 pounds pretty easy. But when I say that, I figured I would catch around 10 or 12 fish, and they were just all the same size. They were all, all 4 pounders. So when you know, I figured if I got one big bite, which I hadn't bared down on any of the areas, there was a lot of dead water, um, because of the grass being sprayed, is what I would think. So a lot of dead grass. But whenever I figured I would catch those 4 pound class fish. And if I got one good bite, I could be up around the 22 or 23 pound mark. And when I got there, I actually wasn't there probably 5 minutes, and I jumped off about a 5.5 pounder, and that was one of the best ones I'd saw all week. So I was pretty down about that, but it didn't take long to realize they were there. In the first hour, I had 5 that weighed 20 pounds, and that was with a 1.5 pounder in there.
Okay. So, all right. Moving forward to your tournament day, did you pretty much catch them all throughout the day, or did you catch your limit early and then? I know you just said you moved into the area, so it was kind of an afternoon bite, or
No, I went straight down the lake. I run through, the upper lake and through the brickyard and through the canal and went to the lower end, or the lower lake. And I had 5 that weighed 20 in probably the first hour. And then I'd say probably 9 or 9:30. I caught that 9.6, and I caught a pound and a halfer with a 9.6 and went from 20 to 27. And I told my co-angler then, I said, I got 2 more areas that's really got them in it, but I have no idea if there's females that's moved up in there. So we're going to stay. I'm looking for one more bite. And I actually had 2 bites. Both of them was the 5 or 6 pound class fish that come off. I actually lost 3 that day and still had 30 pounds, 11 ounces. But probably around lunchtime, I caught about a 7.5 pounder and caught a 4 and went from the 27 to almost 31.
Okay. So, give us an idea what kind of baits you were throwing. Were you throwing reaction baits, soft plastics? I mean,
No,
just
I, yeah, I threw a spinnerbait most of the day. I threw a Buckeye, a 2-blade, just a Buckeye 2-blade spinnerbait. I did throw a swim bait just a little bit, but most of the key bites came on a spinnerbait.
okay. By the end of the day, how many keepers had you landed?
I would say somewhere around 14 or 15. After I went over the 30 pound mark, I probably still caught 6 or 7 more keepers, some 3 pounders, some pretty solid fish. I know my co-angler, we joked around and he was great to fish with also. I probably caught 6 or 8 that I would have loved for him to catch instead of me when I didn't need them. But
Okay. Give us an idea about the water clarity. The kind of the area of the lake that you were in. Was it stained water? Was it a low temperature, mid temperature? Just any kind of other information that makes you feel like why those fish were there and why they were so big.
the water was, of course, they were there and they were big because the 380 degree nights, or 80-degree days, the fish were pulling up and definitely coming in to spawn. And with it being 80 degrees every day, the fish just made a huge move to the bank, which I'm sure they probably do down there all the time.
Right.
But this time of year, a huge wave of fish came in, but the water was super clear. Like, definitely shouldn't have been that clear at Santee. That was, and the lake was down. Both lakes were down. That's why I chose to fish the lower lake. The upper lake was down actually 2 foot, and the lower lake was down a foot. So I think those fish on the lower lake came just a little bit quicker than the ones on the upper lake.
Okay. I got you. So, well, Jason, you again, congratulations on your win on Santee. Great tournament. Before we wrap up, we just want to give you a time for any final thoughts. Anybody you'd like to thank to support your tournament career? I know we're still early in the season and we've got a lot of tournaments left, but it takes a lot of people, both family, friends, and sponsors, to help us all. So, anybody you'd like to thank? Any final thoughts? We want to give you the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I definitely want to thank Buckeye. They've been great to me. Probably the first sponsor I ever had, um, and Phoenix Boats. Definitely to me the best riding boat on the market, and my Mercury definitely took me down the lake and got me back. I definitely ran it a whole lot harder going down there than I did coming back. I left a little time and kind of cruised back up the lake, but Santee, not knowing where I was at and not wanting to hit something, I left out a little bit earlier and took my time coming back up the lake. But that's about it. And my beautiful girlfriend at home, she takes care of my little girl when I'm gone some and keeps everything going at home.
Good deal. So, well, Jason, congratulations again to you again for your tournament win. We look forward to seeing the rest of your success this year. And hey, you're off to a great start, and hopefully the rest of 2022 treats you well. And we'd love to have you back onto our podcast talking about another win or top finish this year in your tournament season.
Sounds good.
Thank you. So, from all of us at Revital Outdoors, again, you've been talking to Mr. Jason Burroughs. He just won the South Carolina Division BFL on Santee Cooper. Appreciate Jason for joining us. Again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, thank you for joining us on another podcast. We'll talk to everyone soon. Be safe out there, and God bless.